This week we are back in our home port of St Jean de Losny. Time to start sorting a few issues. The new floor that we replaced 4 months ago has been wet under the vinyl for some time, and we thought it was the shower leaking. So this has been quite a job. Tony has just spent the last couple of hours trying to break up the bags of cement out of this hole so that we can get to the bottom of it all. And as you can see, it's been wet for a long time, and this is the culprit. This bolt is actually under the waterline and is just seeping all the time, and obviously when we're going it's under pressure and is pushing water through. So it explains why under our floor our vinyl was always wet, and the shower is not guilty of being leaking. Been a very long day, what with Tony breaking all the concrete up in the forward cabin, and then I've got a pile of rocks in my bedroom and then he went on to, we ordered a solenoid for the stop button, which had broken weeks or months ago, and he's been spent the afternoon trying to sort that out. So he sort of thinks he's nugged out how he's going to do it, and he's going to get that sort of tomorrow. I've been sanding bits of bog that we put in weeks ago, and then just digging out more window poo and going to re-silicone those. And apart from doing that and groceries, it's been a very long day. So both due for a wine or a beer. Stop button's broken, so we've got a tiny little wire. You can just see here that we've got to pull out to stop the motor. So the last 2 days have been rather stressful. Tone's been very diligently working to put this solenoid thing into the motor to give us a stop button. So he's finally got it in after scrounging around the yard to get parts to make a plate that would attach to the motor, and now he's got to run cables from here all the way up to the dashboard where he is up the front, and he's nearly there, but nothing's easy because we don't have half the tools, and the chandlery is shut for a couple of hours during the middle of the day, which is when of course you want to go. But he's keeping his cool. I'm so impressed. He's been amazing. I would have thrown my toys out of the cot long ago. So the cables he's running go behind the cupboard, behind the fridge, and all tidied up and nicely, and then under the floor where the cupboards are, and he's underneath there right now working on it, and then takes them right up to the steering station and then back up to the controls up the top there to the button. So we are now walking to the train station first thing in the morning to go to Lille. Yippee! So here we are in the centre of Lille. We're just going to go and check out going out for dinner tonight. There are people everywhere. We are in the restaurant and it has just started to pour, and like can see the billow of this. It's going to tip up, but everybody's like ducking for cover. It's just pouring. Everybody's getting wet. The next morning we were up early and on the street at 7:30 to catch the bargains. Nothing prepares you for how big this place is. There are different areas of sellers, the dealers, the antique dealers, paying stall holders, and the real flea market, car boot crap. We were given a map, which you really need. We all had a theme of things to look for. I was after shiny things. Guy collects pocket knives, and Tony was his forward scout. So we're off up and early again, day 2. Boys with their trolleys. The Lille Brocante market is the biggest flea market in Europe, with over 10,000 sellers, 62 k's of road stalls, and it goes for 33 hours, with about 2.5 million visitors, with no cars allowed in or out of the town from Friday till Monday morning. Mules and frit, which is mussels and chips. These are the piles all around town of all the shells left over. And before we knew it, it was over. It was absolutely fantastic. And we were on our 3.5 hour drive back to Jersey to stay with Guy and Ardon on their boat. We had an amazing thunderstorm that night. The sky was just incredible. Sort out the metro, and we're now just in the Gare de Lyon waiting for our train back to Saint-Jean. Had an amazing time at Lille. It was such a neat experience, and we were definitely coming back with a container, I think. And our friends Guy and Ardon were just amazing, great hosts and great friends, and we'll definitely be in touch with them again. But yeah, so now it's back to the boat and get back to finishing a few little jobs before we go home. Until next time. So hope you've enjoyed it this week. We'll see you next week.